Hello everyone, welcome to day 181 of playing chess every day for a year. Let's find the game. E4, knight f3, we get the Philidor, knight c3 is best. I can bring my bishop out, then they hit me with this, which I don't like. I don't really like that when it happens. I can just attack the center here. I can take with the knight, I can take with the queen. Taking with the knight makes more sense. They just develop a bishop. I can develop my own. I can also bring my queen to maybe have ideas of attacking this square. I like jumping my knights forward, but they have no real good squares right now. Yeah, I could bring my bishop to c4, but then I do get hit by this. There's no sacrifice. I can bring my queen out and then the bishop, which is good. If they have a push, I just take. So queen out first, bishop out. A threatening mate, they have to play a move, and they're actually in trouble because I'm holding this square 3 times once I bring my bishop, or 2 times. So bishop out if they block. Takes. They offer a knight trade. I could take it, then they will struggle to defend this square. This knight is misplaced, so taking seems good for me. Bishop takes, I can bring my own. They take with the pawn, which is not a good move, I think. I'm happy to just play bishop c4 now. They bring their queen. I wish I had this move, but I don't. I can't really attack this queen. I think I'll just go to castle. Bring my rook to the e file. They want to trade bishops. I mean, this bishop's quite good. If I take queen takes, can't temper the queen at the moment. I think I'll just trade and develop my bishop and then bring my rook. The queen takes. My knight doesn't have any great squares. I can just develop the bishop and then bring the rook. Or the rooks. Could bring the rook now. Then bring the bishop. I think I just developed the bishop. I don't really have a plan. I could push, which if they take here, I take here. Winning a rook. If they take here, I take here. Well, now they can just take here. That's not a good move. They just missed this. I think I pick up the rook here. So they've blundered heavily. Queen blocks, I just take the rook. Queen blocks again, I have this. If I take, bishop takes, I can jump in. I think taking's best. This doesn't really do much. We just repeat moves. Yeah, I simply just take, I think. Could jump my knight in straight away. Could also take and give a check. I have a check, I can jump my knight in. The bishop's pinned. I can go and attack this bishop. I'm threatening a check also. And my opponent just resigns, so let's look at this game. I played with an 87.6, they played with a 76. I played like an 1800, they played like a 1300. We played all the best moves, I think. Except for e5, which was a mistake, I think. And it was. Because they can just take and defend this. It's not good. Instead they blunder by allowing me to take here. I pick up a rook and a pawn. I can just trade. I give a check. They have to block. And this is just completely winning for me. +6. Let's find the second game. Playing as white once more. e4 again. They play the Sicilian, so I'll play the Alpine. They play e5, which is interesting. I can just develop my bishop. Attack the pawn with knight f3. Then they push her. The knight comes out, but it can't jump in. It can go here. But I can threaten this first. They can just probably push. Knight blocks. It's a good move. Pressures this. I think the move here is to just push, try and remove the knight. I can lock my bishop in. Could also attack the center, but that doesn't work at the moment. Pinning the knight would be nice. The knight can come here. I cannot push because the knight just takes. I'll just push d3 here and try for this. The knight will probably attack my bishop. I lock the center. I can attack this knight. I was expecting that move, but that's okay. I'll just go for the pin on the knight here. I could get my knight here, but only through one of these squares. So this square would be good for a knight, but I can't really get one to that square at the moment. It would take several moves. This would be a fantastic square for a knight. I could play knight a3, c2, and then knight a3, c2, e3, d5, but that's a big waste of time at the moment. They should probably just try to attack my bishop. I can damage their structure by taking, which is good. They can attack my queen, but I can attack theirs. Takes, takes, takes. Let's calculate. Takes, takes my queen. I take their queen. It's their move. They can save their bishop, that doesn't work. I could just step here, then threaten to win the bishop. So their bishop is in a bad spot at the moment. Yeah, I don't really see their plan. They can lock the bishop in, but... So I'm threatening a bishop right now, I'm threatening to win it. They have to be careful. I could play a3 and b4, which seem very good. Just undermining the center, but I'm focused on winning this bishop at the moment. They have to send the bishop back. The bishop can step back there. I can weaken their structure here. Queen takes. The queen has to take. The queen does take. There's nothing here at the moment. So I could just develop a knight. Could go after the bishop, but the bishop just slides back. I think I bring my knight into the game. If the bishop takes, I just take with the queen. They can ruin my structure, but that'll be okay. Well, at the moment I'm looking to see if I have anything else. I can pin the knight, which seems to be quite good for me. I could develop this knight, I think. There's nothing here at the moment, so I think I actually just bring my knight in, threaten the fork. They have to probably play a6. My knight would be good on c4 as well, but can't play that at the moment. I don't think pushing is a good move. It does solidify my structure, but then my knight is never gonna develop. They could probably play just a6. They bring their bishop. I think that's a bad move, which could allow knight b5. This is attacked. You can always defend it. I could just develop. I don't have a dark squared bishop to attack anything over here. This move doesn't do much, it just forces them to move a rook. I could play knight e2, rook in, and then try to push. But that doesn't work at the moment. This is held 3 times. I could pin, try and trade off the knight, but then there's nothing really here. I mean, trading off this knight does seem quite good actually, because then my knight gets this good square. Maybe that's an idea. If I go here, it doesn't threaten anything. This bishop's very good though. I'll go for the pin. They can force me to take and then I can go here. Which actually seems quite nice for me. They just castle. I don't think that's so good. I can develop my own knight in castle, but now I don't like that this knight can actually move. Don't think trading's that important. I'll just develop him. They kick my bishop. I could go back to the center. If knight a5, I just go bishop d5. This would seem like a great square for my knight, so I'd actually be happy if they try and trade off. I could play bishop d5, knight c4, knight b6, knight d7, but that's a very long plan. They actually went rook d7, d8 now. Maybe planning to push, but they can't at the moment. And I should still go for this idea, I think. Dark squared rook. I could target this bishop. I think it would be good for me to remove it. I could just castle now, I think, which is the best move. If they ever go here, just go here. They take my knight. They can't damage my structure here. I'm fine with that. I think my king should be okay. Queen over. They don't want to queen trade. That's okay. I think I bring a rook to the center. They play king over. I never want to push c4 because they have a perfect square for their knight. I am attacking this 2 times, but it's defended 2 times. If I could move the queen away, could potentially take. They play knight over, they can't jump in. They defend this way. I'm happy just to trade this off. The knight has no real squares. I'm attacking the knight, so they have to either take or go back. Going back, they do take. I could take with the pawn, which seems interesting because I open up my rook. Taking with the bishop, I don't like that much. Taking with the pawn seems very interesting. I double my pawns, which isn't great. But my bishop's locked into this square. Very powerful. I'm attacking this. And I can always move the bishop to have pressure on this. I think I actually take with the pawn here. This bishop is very weird, but it's doing a good job. I'm attacking b7. They can push, but I just take. And I have an outside pass pawn, so I'm not sure why they allow me to do that. I'm happy to take. I play b3 a4 and I have an outside pass pawn. Yeah, I can play b3 a4. Don't have any attacks this way. I'll just go with the plan of b3 a4, I think. They attack the center. I mean, I can take, but then rook takes. Don't like that. I can play a4, I think. They're not threatening to push, they're not threatening to take. Because takes, I just take with my queen. Push doesn't do anything, it just locks the position in. Takes doesn't do anything. I take with my queen. I'll play a4 here. They can take, but so can I. Rook in, I just take. I'm wondering if it's better to push or to take. They can take. I have to recapture. Takes. They have push, although they don't at the moment, because I just take. I have an outside pass pawn, so they have to be quite careful. They can bring a rook. I can actually just slide my f3 pawn up, and then I'm defending this square, so they need to be careful here. This does allow their bishop a square and open up a line for checks, but it should be okay. I'm protecting AA with my bishop now, so push doesn't work. I just take rook over. The idea is maybe to attack this or come in here, but they cannot come in there, so I'll go rook a1. If the rook does come in, they're not really threatening to have a take. They can win this, but I'm the one that's pushing first. They take. But how do they want to stop me from promoting now? They'd have to give up a rook for my bishop. I don't see any threats that they might have here. I'm ready on a6. Their bishop cannot stop me. Push, I just take. This is protected 3 times. This is completely fine. I feel like I'm completely winning here. They have to play rook f8 to defend this square. I'm just going to push. They can't get behind. They're completely lost here. They can't even push d6 because I just take. And my opponent actually resigns. Let's look at this game. I played with an 84.7, they played with a 74. I think I played very well, although I had 2 mistakes, so I want to see them. This was all good. Oh wow, I can actually just take, because if they take, I take. So takes. It's their move. The best move is rook takes d8. Then we're completely even. Then my best move is a4. And I'm slightly winning. That's okay. Instead I play queen g3 to attack the bishop. It's actually best to just take. They missed that they could have taken here. Really? If they take here, I thought I'd just take here. But then I guess they can capture here. And help a pawn, so that's a weird tactic to play though. I don't think my opponent would play that. This is a mistake, because they can just castle. It's best to go knight back and go this way, but I felt that would take too long. Maybe the idea actually was to go knight c2, knight e3, knight d5, but that's very long. They should have actually weakened my structure. The game would be completely equal, but taking with the pawn is actually best. That's not the best, because I can play... Although the computer wants me to play c4 here, because then I have just an easier path for my pawn, but instead I play b3, a4. They made a big mistake by pushing f5. It doesn't do anything. I had to go queen back to take with the bishop probably. But it doesn't matter, this is still fine. The rook can come in, but I can play f3. That's not good because I can actually just push here. I'm supposed to... actually just stop pushing here because they can't stop me. That was a mistake from them. It just allows me to push and they cannot stop me here. I'm completely winning and they resign in this position. I'm very happy with this win. 2 games today. First game very quick win and the second game played very well. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you tomorrow.